good spirits for next week's Test match at Lord's.
A man who has the hots for chilies has been explaining why he's got a crush on capsicums. Is that right? Capsicums? Yeah. Steve Donovan polishes off pounds of little peppers morning, noon and night. He's even made beer out of little blighters. John Mitchell's been to see him.
Steve Donovan from Langtoft near Market Deeping in Lincolnshire is Britain's hottest chili addict. By day he's a graphic designer, but at home he's a master chef when it comes to cooking up some real spicy dishes.
This is basically shark steak, which has been marinated in lime, fresh lime here. So, and this will go on a burning hot griddle. And along with it, you've got the habanero, which is the hottest. And you just got like a jalapeno, which is medium. And you've got another red jalapeno.
Steve uses the hottest and spiciest chilies he can find. For breakfast, he cooks up scrambled eggs with Stilton and chilies. For lunch, it could be a chili salad. And for dinner, well, the sky's the limit.
My dad was a very adventurous cook, and he brought me up on curries from about the age of 14. Or probably earlier than that. I think I probably had my first curry at the age of 8. Didn't really enjoy until about 9. And then I wanted to marry someone that would eat curries. Because it was at that point, that was my main interest. And I couldn't go out with a girl that didn't like curries. And then I suppose it just progressed from there.
And the girl he found was Sue, who he's been married to for 10 years. As well as getting pushed out of her kitchen, she's had to develop a cast-iron stomach to cope with his dishes.
When he's starting to cook chilli, I just sort of go out the room and I think, oh no, he's cooking chilli again, and I just put up with it.
Does the house smell?
Sometimes, but it's not a nasty smell. It's quite a pleasant.
Well, I suppose the proof of the pudding is in the eating, so here goes. Mmm. That is absolutely beautiful, but... Oh.
No one's spoken to him since. Time for a look at today's main news stories now. Education Secretary Gillian Shepherd has begun a new assault on poor teaching standards. She says Britain is lagging behind its competitors. And the divorce row between Paula Yates and ex-husband Sir Bob Geldof has been resolved with a house swap. She'll move back into their old home in Chelsea while he takes over a house owned by Michael Hutchins. What a wonderful idea. I'll have your house because it's bigger than mine and you can have mine.
I can have your country cottage.
Yeah, something like that.
He's done very well out of it, actually, because the house that he's getting is worth around £2 million, and the house that she's moving back into is a mere bagatelle at 750,000.
Well, it sounds like a great idea. It's all ended quite happily.
Yeah, we'll
as
see.
has this programme.
We'll see.
We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
Tonight, we'll discover whether a controversial striptease craze that's taken America by storm will be a hit over here. It's called lap dancing and it's already raising temperatures in the region. But is it harmless fun or pure sleaze? We'll find out in a few minutes.
And I'll be meeting one of the hottest men in Britain. Now, yeah, listen to this. He is tanned, he is 6 foot tall, and he has 18-inch biceps. Yeah, the muscles are from Milton Keynes. He's huge, he's hunky, and he's here, and we'll be meeting him in the second half.
Yes. OK, now, hot though Amanda's first guest might be, I'll be meeting someone who's even hotter. The heat he generates is not because of his rippling muscles, but because of what he puts inside himself, right, which is not as bad as it sounds. We'll find out exactly what it is later in the show. Now, I've been watching Wimbledon. Did you all see Cliff Richard singing the other day? And seriously, what did you think about that? I'll tell you what I felt, and for people at home, let me just tell you this, I felt sorry for the spectators because it's a bit like taking your dad, seeing your dad on the dance floor at a party. I thought, I mean, no, seriously, can you imagine queuing for 15 hours to see the tennis and then you end up seeing some geriatric pop star belting out his greatest hits? Yeah, like you're all his fan club. They didn't actually ask him to sing, did you know that? They did not ask him to sing. They asked him to cheer the crowd up. Right? Which to me, if you're Cliff Richard, means like play Russian roulette or spontaneously combust. Right? It does not mean sing a cappella. Now, thanks for enjoying those top gags. Let me just tell you one more thing. Paul Gascoigne got married this week. Yeah, incredible that may seem. He got married and his mother went to the stag night. Can you believe that? And I thought he'd completely changed his image, and it turns out she was a stripper. So, that's all from me. I'll see you a bit later on.
Lap dancing is a craze that has proved enormously popular in America. It's striptease with a twist. Men pay to have their own personal lap dancer stripped down to her G-string or even beyond. The dancers perform only a few inches away from their audience, but the men are not allowed to touch.
A Chelmsford club has become the first in the region to host lap dancing. The Zeus Club holds gentlemen-only evenings. Lap dancers perform for their clients at individual tables. 10 girls walk around the club and promise the ultimate dance experience. And for the right amount of money, they will strip totally naked.
So, guys, would you be willing to shell out over £100 to see a woman strip? Yes. But girls, how would you feel if you found your boyfriend or husband was spending his evenings in this way? Not too happy, quite. Well, our first guest tonight is the manager of the Zeus Club in Chelmsford. He says lap dancing is fun and not sleazy. He says he holds men-only nights because, well, women wouldn't want to come. He's here tonight, so please welcome Kevin Ball and one of his lap dancers, Alison. Now, yeah. I think there's a few men here who'd be quite happy to pay you.
For Kevin, actually.
Thank you. I am the hunk, Kevin.
Yeah. If I can first of all ask you, Alison.
Yes.
You are a table dancer.
Yep.
Tell me what you do.
Okay. Do you want me to?
Oh, please do demonstrate.
First of all, you go to the guy who has. Thank you, Ellen. Can I have your £10, please?
Yeah.
Normally they're waving money, either £10 or £20 or whatever they want to give you. You go over, you take the money. That's the rule number one. Then you either get onto the table or you stand as close as you can to the guys, which normally means parting their knees open slightly. Oh. And then there's absolutely no touching, but you can put your hands onto the guy's shoulders, and then basically you start to undulate, nice and slowly. No fast, heavy moves. It's not.
You do a bit more than undulate, though, don't you, Alison?
Oh, that's how we dance. Yes, okay. Then you can start to strip and take off the top, turn around, show him the back view, all nice and slow.
Right. I think Alison deserves a big hand for this.
Thank you.
Now, Kevin, you had your first men-only table dancing night at your club last week with women like Alison performing. How did it go?
It went very, very well. We had 300 guys in the club, all sitting around tables. We had a comedian there as well. The comedian was very, very, very funny.
But they didn't come to see the comedian, let's face it.
Well, yeah, some people do. Some guys do come just for the comedian. But a lot of the guys...
Yeah. The question is, what kind of guys? Are we talking really sad, rain-coated people?
No. They're all good clientele, nice businessmen, gentlemen, well-behaved. You know, it's £10 a time or £20 if they're giving you a tip. You're not going to get your dirty, sleazy raincoat brigade into that. You know, your £5 pervert can go to the sleazy strip club down the road. This is not sleazy. Clean fun.
Yes, it's in your view it's not sleazy, but you are taking your clothes off with a man very, very close to you, and he's paying you money. Do you ever feel a bit threatened? You've got to leave that club at the end of the night.
No, in fact, I think the guys feel threatened because it's kind of like a power thing. He's paying me, and he's sort of sat there because... generally speaking, the girls in the club are all sort of top-named glamour models, and the guys aren't used to seeing 10 girls like that in their face.
Oh, charming.
You know, the guys aren't used to seeing that. They're not going to get to see a page 3 girl again, let alone 10 of them in the room next to them. And you're there, you're in his space, in his face, almost literally, and dancing for him. And he's like, you know, he can't touch you. There's a security guy there, ready to step in case anything, which nothing does happen, but there's a security guy there, so he's not going to get up to any naughtiness. And he's just sitting there, you know, really good as gold, you know, just like watching, and there's nothing else he can do but just shake and sweat.
Obviously...
Baby.
And they do.
Our next guest is a model. In the past, she's posed topless, but she says she would never lower herself to lap dancing. She says it's little better than prostitution, and she finds the whole thing totally degrading. She says our friend Kevin here is nothing more than a sleazeball. So please welcome Jo Betts. Hi, Jo. Sit down. So Kevin's a sleazeball, is he?
Indeed, most definitely.
How am I a sleazeball when you don't even know me?
I don't know you, but I know what you do. How I feel is you hold only men's nights. Why don't you let women in?
We are a commercial club. We hold 5 other nights. We do this once a month, and that is all it is.
But why don't you invite women to your
the
table
Chippendales
dancing?
don't invite men to come to their do's.
Would you,
the Dream Boys don't have guys coming along to their do's. You know, women aren't going to want to come along.
But do you
if the women did come along, the women who come along with their boyfriends wouldn't let their boyfriends enjoy this.
Well, isn't that the whole point? Their boyfriends give them money. That's what it is. That's your way of getting money out of men by only letting men in there. If you let women go into the club, you know full well if a guy is sitting there and his wife or his girlfriend is sitting next to him, you know full well you're not going to let. She's not going to let him put like 10 pounds on your knickers or down your boobs.
The women are not going to enjoy it.
It's getting money out of men.
The women are going to feel threatened because these girls that come to the club, the women are going to feel threatened because these girls that come to the club are fit women, very good-looking women, and I'll tell you, they're probably some of the best models in.
That's a massive opinion.
Why should we be sorry about the men spending money? What problem do you have with the men spending money on guys like us?
I think spending money, but you're not allowing women to...
So you're not allowing? You come along.
Yeah,
you want to give me £10 to dance for you?
I don't want to leave you £10 to dance for me.
So what's your problem? Why do you want to come along?
Hold on a second. One point. Jo, you are a model who has done topless modelling.
Yes.
So
yes,
obviously you aren't worried about guys buying those pictures and we don't know doing what. What is the problem you have with a girl dancing, dancing in a club with no clothes on? Isn't this an artificial barrier?
What I do is classy. I choose
So
the shots.
So is this
No.
Have you been
tantalising men. You've just shown me what you did. No, I haven't. I wouldn't. But you've just shown me what you did. You tantalised men. You tried to turn the men on. What I do is classy.
What are you doing in the picture? I've done topless modelling. I've been on page 3 with my top on, I'll have you know. And it's exactly the same thing, except in our game you get paid much more money. It's not as
Is that what it is then, the money?
Page 3 pays 50 quid. I can earn that in like a minute.
Don't.
They do. Page 3 of the Sun pays 50 quid. Beverly Goodway pays 50 quid. Have you done Page 3 of the Sun? I don't think you have.
It's been in business a long time.
Jo, ouch. Is there any sum of money that somebody could offer you that would persuade you to do this?
No, I wouldn't do it. For £1 million,
So
I wouldn't do it.
How old are you?
Great,
I'm
that's
21.
your opinion.
Yeah,
You're
that's my
21.
opinion.
How long have you been in the business?
I've been in the modelling industry 6 years.
Have you?
Yeah.
What about when it gets to 10 years and you're going, well, I want some pound notes here. What do I
I
do?
get pound notes. What makes you think I don't earn the money?
Well,
You know, just because I don't take my clothes off, it doesn't mean that
I wouldn't give you a...
I can earn the money.
I wouldn't even... If you come to my club to...
I have the choice.
One at a time.
I have the choice. Yeah, but you get up there and you're there to turn the men on.
So?
I get there and the photographer is more interested. The photographer is more interested on how the
And what he gets after is taking the photos.
No. So you don't know that.
Oh, yes.
No, you don't. You're a photographer.
No, but I know a few.
You own a sleazy
That's a lovely pair, darling. Thank you very much.
Let's stop you for a minute. Kevin,
yes.
you are making money out of women taking their clothes off. How would you feel if your wife, for example, wanted to do this?
Well, my wife is 7.5 months pregnant, OK? I don't think she'd look too good, actually, at the moment, tabletop dancer, but if she wanted to do it, if it was her choice to do it, she could do it.
I think that's the key issue.
It's their own, it's everyone to their own.
Yeah.
These girls have got to make a living. If they're not making a living, they're on the dole and they're walking the streets and they're trying to earn money other ways. They're doing something they enjoy doing. Guys enjoy looking at lovely women, gorgeous bodies, gorgeous faces. What's harm in it?
Well, let's see what the audience have got to think. Amanda.
Obviously, Alison's very popular with the men here. Would you like lap dancing? Would you go along to a club and watch?
I've actually been to Club Zeus in Chelmsford.
Oh, you've been there?
On that actual night, yes.
Okay, and you enjoyed that, did you?
It's fantastic, mate.
Right,
yes.
so how much money did you... How much money did you pay?
£25.
Did you think it was sleazy?
No, not at all.
But are the women there to simply turn the men on?
Of course they are.
Well, then what I'm saying
What's
to you...
wrong with that? Do you have a problem with sexual
Excuse me.
I don't have a problem with your own body.
No, I
Sorry.
have no
Are you
problem
against
with
it?
my body.
You know you've got a nice
Hold it. We're having us up
Let
here
the
now.
audience
Here we go.
speak.
I think the conversation was over here in the first place.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's sleazy at all. Not at all. Honestly, I paid £25 in the knickers, the G-string, down the boot, sorry.
Okay, are you married?
I've got a fiancée.
And does she mind? Your fiancée doesn't
No,
mind?
because I don't stop by going to see the Chippendales or whatever.
Okay. Lisa, put your hand up. What do you think?
Well, my sister actually does pastry modelling. Yes, you do get £50 from Beverly Goodway.
Yo.
But it's what you get from that. But obviously you didn't get anywhere doing it. That's why you're doing the sleazy things you do.
Excuse me, I have. You don't
And
know
you
what
and
I'm
the
doing.
green,
You don't know what I'm doing.
you don't
I've got
need
a
to
lot
do
of
that. You
doing
don't
that.
need to lower yourself to that standard. You're better off sticking to what you're doing.
Okay. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, good evening. As owner of Concept Nightclub in Norwich, I have to respect Kevin in some ways for trying to be innovative.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would say that tabletop lap dancing, as you see it, don't you think it's seriously going to undermine your relationship with all your female clubbers who are coming in all the other nights?
No, because we hold on our Wednesday night is our club. It's called Club 29. It's for the over 29s, and we have male review shows come down, and it fills the club with women. And the guys don't mind that.
I've never been to a strip, so I could never, like, comment
So
on
you
it.
say.
Yeah, it's a shame you don't speak
So I
from
say, and I
experience.
say the truth.
It'd be
but-
nice to have your opinion once you've actually seen the club and been there.
What would you say?
I think she's a very brave woman for doing it, because it takes real guts to stand up and strip in front of a man.
Have you been to a strip club?
Yes, many times.
Yeah. Come to my club then.
And I honestly believe these girls are not rubbish as she feels.
Okay.
They've got to earn a living. And it's the only way some of them can earn a living.
Okay, got to earn a living. Over to you, Larry.
I think I should leave the last word to Jo, who has had a bit of a... She's been outnumbered here this evening. What's your final thing? Would you like to see clubs like Zeus springing up all over the country?
Personally, my personal opinion, no, I wouldn't. But unfortunately, because of people like Alison, they are going to be springing up all over the place. You know, we are going to find them all over the place.
Great.
That's going to be good.
It's good management. Well, I'm afraid we've got no more time. But I think we thank Kevin, Alison and Jo for coming along this evening.
Thank you.
Well, I have to say, I thought that was a very interesting and illuminating conversation. I personally think that men are a little bit too specific about what they like sexually. They say, I'm a leg man, I'm a breast man. I'm not like that, of course. I like all parts of a chicken. Now, we have to take a break now, but join us in a few minutes when we meet a man who is obsessed by what many people think is the saddest contest in the world. Boom, bang, a bang, dong, whatever it is. Which might be what people do after they've seen these two young ladies do their thing.
And I'll be speaking to the muscles of Milton Keynes. Yeah, we're not sexist on this show. A rippling mass of a man who sends women screaming with passion and men seething with jealousy. Ah, but he's really a nice guy. We'll be meeting him directly after break. Do not touch that remote control.
Someone has sun care, which is protective, effective, and safe. Sun care you can trust. Boots Sultan.
If you want to test drive a new Rover, you don't need to visit your Rover dealer. He'll be happy to visit you. because rover dealers will readily put your convenience ahead of their own. He'll come to your home or your office, whichever is handier.
Hello, welcome back. Now, we'll be speaking in this part to a guy who's obsessed and possessed by what many believe is the saddest contest in the world. Hey, save all your kisses for me. I'm just a puppet on a string. Any clues? Yeah. All right, well, just keep it to yourselves a minute. Wow, how difficult could it be? This man gets 0 points for not being cool, and, well, I'll talk to you about it later on. I'm going to talk to you about something first here. Does anyone here swim? Right, I went swimming in St Augustine's today, and you know when you're swimming in a pool and you look at the things on the bottom and you see plasters and stuff? Do you know what I mean? I'm not joking. The other day I looked down, I saw a gold ring encrusted with diamonds, right, and I couldn't get it, right, because the bloke who was wearing it had really stumpy fingers. And, yeah. So, I was reading, there's a rumour going round in Hollywood that Tom Hanks has had extensive plastic surgery. And I don't know what you think about that, but I saw Toy Story the other day, and he does look different, doesn't he? The new Tom Cruise film opens today. Do we like Tom Cruise? Yeah. New film is called Mission Impossible, and it's called Mission Impossible because it's about a bloke who's given 2 hours to locate and undo the clasp of a Gossard Wonder Bra. Tom Cruise says that he will not do nude scenes in films. Have you heard this? He said he won't do nude scenes in films for religious reasons. Yeah. Exactly where in the Bible does it say, thou shalt not get your kit off? Anyway, that's all from me. In the meantime, you can have a look at Amanda because it's time for Amanda's Hero of the Week.
My hero this week is the biggest sensation to hit Milton Keynes for quite some time. He's been described as a bronzed god. A hunk of a man that no woman can resist. Man, oh man, is he gorgeous. He is 16 stone of pure muscle in trunks. His biceps alone are 18 inches. The man who can do outrageous things with his nipples is here tonight. So please welcome, give it a huge, warm warehouse welcome to the star of Saturday evenings, man oh man, Mr. Kevin Finch. Hold it, he's going to do it. Go for it. Woo! All right! Yeah! Woo, 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 woo. Kevin! That was nice, dear. That was nice, dear.
Thank you.
Bit of a rub down? You doing all right there? Oh. Okay. Hey, now the show is so successful, isn't it?
It certainly is. I didn't realise it was going to be so good.
So how did you get the part?
By accident, actually. I was called one morning by my agent, and he said, just pop along to an audition. Didn't know what it was for. Didn't know how much it was going to be, didn't know how long it was going to be. Got there an hour late.
Ah, good start.
Yes, very good start. Sit down, wait, watch everybody else. All I got.
What was the competition like?
Big guys. Make me look like a pimple on a polo
No, bigger than you, huh?
Huge.
Yeah.
Very good looking. So I thought I'll go home. It's worse than that. Anyway, they were all dancing to the music very badly.
Right.
Because big guys can't normally dance, and I'm no exception unless I'm taught very well. And I got asked to get up in front of the camera and do something to the music, and it was that music.
Sorry, what music was it?
It was that music.
All right, okay.
It was that music.
Yeah. All right, all right.
And,
yeah.
And I didn't know what to do, so I just did the stupid...
The grins. I love the grin.
And then I did the old... and a back somersault and dropped into splits, and they went, we'll let you know.
They'll let you know?
No, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Fools.
And then you heard pretty soon after that?
Actually, no. I was supposed to hear on a Tuesday. Wednesday came, Thursday came, so I thought, oh, go back to fixing cars. So I started fixing a friend's car, and my mobile phone rang. My agent just said, you want an early Christmas present?
So you're basically telling me you fix cars as well?
I try.
All right. Now, talk me through this look. It's quite sort of 50s, this look, isn't it?
It is, actually, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
50s stone.
How did you come across that, then?
Well, I went to a shop in London because they said, go find your own kit.
Yeah.
Because we can't find it to fit you.
Yeah.
And I have to do splits and things, and I went into a shorts shop in Covent Garden, I believe. It's just called Shorts.
Yeah.
Amazingly enough, because they sell shorts.
Yeah.
And I tried a couple of pairs, and I said, do you mind if I just try a few things out, because it's for a TV
Because you have to do the
programme.
splits and everything, don't you? So you
So
tried these out?
I tried, not these ones, no, these are in one piece. The others I tried on one.
In the shop?
In the
Actually,
shop.
can you do the splits for us now? Let's have a look
You
at
want to
this.
do the
Let's see how you
splits?
do this. Ready? He's going to do this. I can't believe this. Here we go.
I'm going to try anyway.
Ready? Oh! Right! That's wonderful! Very, very nice. So you decided on these ones, and very nice they are too.
I did, they stretch in all directions, just like me.
Now, obviously, you've got you're a bit sort of flustered there. You obviously have a huge female following. Yeah, I mean...
Do I?
But it has to be said, girls, he's married. He is married. How does your wife take this? Does she get jealous?
Oh, no, she's used to it. She just gets a bit annoyed when she can't get in her own front door because there's people...
They're all hanging outside the front door?
They found out where I live now.
Ooh.
Yes. And they thought she was at the back of the queue waiting for an autograph, and it was her house.
No, they were telling her to get to the back and wait?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful, brilliant. So, how do you do it? I mean, how do you keep it like this? Because it's pretty solid stuff. I'm allowed to feel. It's pretty solid stuff, this. How do you keep it up?
Pardon?
I might rephrase that, actually. How do you stay so fit?
I do about 2 hours weight training a day, 4 days a week.
Right.
Cycle, step, gymnastics, some martial arts.
Because you
Nothing special.
started out as a gymnast, didn't you?
I did, but I had a rather nasty accident which stopped me doing gymnastics. On April Fool's Day, I smashed my knees to pieces.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
So, ruined the floor.
And then you went into bodybuilding. Well, I tell you what, we've got a bit of competition for you here tonight. I have to say, we have our very own hunks here at Warehouse. Yeah. Please welcome the Warehouse's Mr. Puniverse and Sean Mayo. Sean, looking good. Can you undo this, please? And take it off. It's good. It's good. It's okay. Now, can I just ask you, who has been kissing your knickers? This wasn't you, was it? Okay. All right then. Well, okay, guys. Look at this, British beefcake or what? Now, Kevin, we are going to get you to put these guys through their paces, and my friends here are going to follow to the best of their abilities.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Take it away.
Okay.
We are marking out of 100 here. You were wonderful, absolutely brilliant. What do you think, Kevin?
Wicked!
Wicked.
Don't
That says
lie.
it really. What did you think?
What did I think?
Yeah, you think you're up to it?
Well, a bit more training with Kevin and
Look at this pale blue, baby blue dressing gown. You're a sweetheart. Well done, Sean. Now, Kevin, you'll be back later on.
I certainly will.
He's going to sing for us. Yeah, very nice. In the meantime, Kevin, Mr. Puniverse, Sean Mayer. Fantastic. Now, who remembers 1976, the year of the drought, the year of the flares, bell-bottoms, disgustingly big collars, hot pants and horrible haircuts? What fantastic times they were, eh? And of course it was the year Britain triumphed in the Eurovision Song Contest. Remember this? Man, eh? Hey, what a band they were! Oh, happy days. The days when the UK actually used to win the Eurovision Song Contest. Well, our next guest lives and breathes Eurovision. He actually throws Eurovision parties from his home in Norwich. Unfortunately, not that many people turn up to his functions, but he is here tonight and he's going to add a touch of Euro magic to the warehouse. Please welcome Richard Crane. Richard, the obvious question has to be, why? When did this fascination start?
Well, when I was a small kid in the early 60s, I used to sit on the stairs when I was supposed to be in bed and listen to it from the top of the stairs. And when Sandy Shaw entered in 67, my parents allowed me to come down and watch it, and I've watched it every year since then.
You've been obsessed since. Have you ever missed a contest?
I've actually missed seeing a contest. In 1974, one of my cousins got married.
Oh, how selfish.
I know.
On that day.
And he had the reception the same time as the contest.
No.
So about a third of the way through reception, I disappeared and I borrowed a friend's car radio and I sat and missed the reception and listened to Eurovision on the radio.
Because you have all these parties, don't you, where you
Yes.
get everyone around. What, so do you serve the food and everything?
Well, what we try and do is we try and find some food to represent each country.
Yeah.
We do quite well. I mean, you get Spanish tomatoes, Portuguese raspberries,
Oh,
French
lovely.
cheese, obviously.
Now, I have to say, you'll be very impressed with this. I sat next to Gina G this week in the hairdressers.
Really?
Right? Obviously, they paid a lot more attention to her than they did me. But this girl is Australian. Now, why have we an Australian representing us?
The rules of the contest are simply that the writers of the song must actually be from the country it's representing. Any artist can sing. I mean, for instance, Celine Dion represented Switzerland back in 1988.
No, I didn't know that.
And she won for them as well.
She won for Switzerland?
Yes.
I didn't realise that.
Yes, her manager got a phone call from the Swiss television company saying would Celine be interested in representing them, and that was her first major breakthrough in Europe.
So what were you like when Bucks Fizz won?
Fab.
Wasn't that fab?
Well, I was a bit like the drink. I just went mad.
Did you?
As soon as they'd won, I went flying out of the house, and a friend of mine had parked their Mini rather stupidly right outside the back door, and I ran straight up on top of the Mini, shouting and yelling, you know, "We've won, we've won!" And I didn't realise till sort of about several minutes later that I actually dented his bonnet.
So tell me, I mean, does the phrase "get a life" mean anything to you at all?
Many people say that to me.
No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
No, many people have said that to me, but when they say I'm not, you know, really stuck up about it, and I really enjoy it for the fun element as well as the songs, you know.
Because, I mean, Miss World, of course, was axed here.
Yes.
But the Eurovision Song Contest, of course, is still popular, and so is Miss World. In Europe, do you think they'll ever axe it here?
I think that the BBC are looking for an excuse.
What would you be like?
Well, I'd be absolutely shattered, really
terrible.
devastated.
Have you ever been to a live, I mean, actually, the actual concert itself?
No. The thing is, I get so excited on the night, I think the bouncers might throw me out.
No! Are you really get that excited?
Yes, I do.
And how long does it take you to prepare for it?
Well, I mean, obviously, the big night, I mean, is the most important thing to me. I'm not a kid at a fairground, you know, it's like up and down all day. And I really get overexcited, especially if a song I like has won.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the minute it's finished, I start preparing for the next thing. I watch it again, check which countries got their best positions. And, of course, we've got the convention in Norwich this year.
Of course.
Yes.
And, of course, you'll be there, yeah.
I will, yes.
Can I just quick close-up on the T-shirt here? Bim, bam, bomb, and it means?
Deuce points. It's actually from the stage play Eurovision, which starred Anita Dobson, which
Yeah.
was excellent.
OK, brilliant. Well, I tell you, Richard, you think you're hot stuff when it comes to the Eurovision. So what we've done today, we've decided to put you to the test. And we're going to put you in the hot seat, in fact, and test you on Eurovision Name That Song.
All right.
OK, Rich reckons he knows everything about Eurovision, correct?
Yeah.
Well, we'll just see. We're going to put him to the test by playing a burst of a Euro hit and then seeing if he can guess that Euro song. We've got a few of them, so you ready? And you know everything, right? Well, let's just see. OK, song number 1. Name this song.
What's Another Year, Johnny Logan?
Well, let's just see if he's right.
What's another year?
Okie dokie, Rich. Nice start. Song number 2. Name this song.
Puppet on the String, Sandy Shore.
You think it's Puppet on a String by Sandy Shore? Let's just see if it is. OK, Rich, you're looking good right now, but let's just see if you know this one. Song number 3. Name this song.
All Kinds of Everything by Dana.
You think it's All Kinds of Everything by Donna. Let's just see if he's correct.
All kinds of everything.
Rich doing a little bit better than I thought so far. OK, Rich, song number 4. Name, Rich, this song.
Congratulations, Cliff Richard.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Hold on, it could be wrong. Let's just see.
Congratulations and celebrations.
You're in the lucky 4 there, Rich. Well done. Song number 5, Rich. Ready? Name this song.
Making Your Mind Up, Bucks
You
Fizz.
think it's Making Your Mind Up by Bucks Fizz? Well, let's just see if he's right. OK. You have 5 out of 5 so far. Let's just see if you can get the last one here. Name, Rich, if you can, this very famous Eurovision hit. What do you think it is? Rich?
It's Nirvana.
Yeah, but what song is it by Nirvana, Rich?
All I can ever remember is Call It What You Want, but...
Call it what you want.
It's not called that.
Well, let's just see if Rich is right. Well, it wasn't bad. That was my little trick question there for Rich. You have scored... Yeah, he did well. You have scored 5.5 points out of 6, and I think you'll agree. Another round of applause for young Richard. OK. Now... Rich, do you remember your young midget brother that ran away to the circus? Of course you don't, because you don't have one, right? But we actually have a surprise for you. Check this out.
Congratulations and celebrations.
You're going to love this. You are going to love this. In this envelope is a ticket for a flight to Ireland for next year's Eurovision Song Contest. You've never done it before. Congratulations.
Thank you. That's right.
Okie dokie. I might just have to tell you, Rich, that it's my name on the ticket, but whatever. We've got to take a break now, but join us in a few minutes when I'll talk possibly to the hottest man in Britain. He has one... Yes, he has one of the strongest stomachs in the country because he can actually watch Jeremy Beadle without heaving.
And in a few minutes, I'll talk to a 70-year-old man who wants to become a woman. Yes, he is the oldest person in Britain ever to have a sex change. We'll talk to her directly after the break. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Martini's Get a New Face. As usual, our winners get cosmetic surgery so that they look good enough to drink the beautiful drink. On with the game. What is the correct way to drink martini? On the rocks, straight with a twist of lemon, or with tonic and a slice? No, they're all correct. Just as long as you don't have a bad face. Now, which part of beautiful Adam's anatomy has been cosmetically enhanced? Is yours? Yes! Well done. Welcome to the world of beautiful people and the classic taste of martini. Bye, everyone. And remember, with martini, we can make Britain a more beautiful place.
Turn to page 200 for the largest choice of flights and holidays throughout the world. From Britain to the Bahamas. From safaris to water sports. You'll find ABDA travel agents offering their best prices. All this on teletext. ITV, page 200.
Persil Original Non-Bio with its new stain release system means you're still in good hands.
Anxiety? Anxiety's getting my waist back after having twins. I'm not getting rid of a few grey hairs. Clairol's Loving Care is gentle. There's no ammonia or peroxide. It's not forever. It washes out in about 8 shampoos. You get your own beautiful color back, minus the grey. 6 kids, 2 dogs, 3 agents. That'll rattle your nerves. Loving Care? It's just a little box of hair color. Loving Care from Clairol. You have nothing to lose but the grey. And for longer-lasting grey coverage, try Lasting Color by Loving Care.
Groovy theme music? No, thank you. The new Mitsubishi Charisma. Some cars have it, some don't.
The outside world was too hot for them. They were put inside a fridge, and when they became cool, the fridge hogs came to life. Look out for fridge hogs. They're appearing on Mars, Milky Way, Twix, and Bounty Packs in a fridge near you.
American Express, how may I help you? Let's see. Business class, non-smoking, all seat as usual.
Our credit card would let you spread payments over time.
Right now, you have enough points for a flight to Paris.
Flight to Amsterdam. You have enough points for a dinner for 2 in your area. Travel insurance?
Yes, I'm sure we can find a plan to suit you. We've made an arrangement just for our customers.
I think that altogether you'll gain.
As a regular customer, because you eat there often, there's a special offer on your bill.
I was just calling to check everything turned out all right.
I can take care of that. Whatever's best for you.
Glad we could help.
Maybe it's time you let American Express help you do more.
Guest tonight was born male in 1926. That's 70 years ago, if you're wondering. Throughout his life, he's wrestled with an inner torment. Deep down inside, he's always felt like a woman. Now that he's 70, he's decided to have a sex change. He's undergoing hormone treatment, which already makes him look like a woman, and the next step is a full-blown operation. This will make his transformation from a man to a woman complete. So please welcome, from Northampton, Erica. I'm sure the question that all the audience are asking, and people at home, is why you have got to 70 as a man? Why go through this operation now?
Well, all the years that I've suffered this situation, I've been fogged off by doctors, psychiatrists, who give me no help whatsoever. And I've had to put up with this situation for years and years and years. It wasn't until recently that I went to my doctor. I said, I cannot put up with this anymore. And he said, right, I shall refer you to the hospital. And from then on, the ball started to roll, and I am in a situation now where I can have this the operation done, and it will please me completely.
Now, the operation, if it goes ahead, will be in 18 months' time, by which time you will be 72.
That's right.
Aren't you worried about the possible risks? It's a very serious operation.
Well, yes, I'm a very fit person, as you can see, and I've always kept fit. And I think myself that if I died on the operating table, well, what a better way to die than to finish your life as you want it to be, or you've tried to be.
So you want to be physically a woman so badly, you're willing to risk your own death?
Yes.
To achieve this?
I've almost committed suicide twice, and it was only the doctor that talked me out of it that I'm here today, really, because of this situation. It's not, you see, what people don't understand, it's not these clothes that we wear, it's nothing like that. It's the gnawing inside, like a malignant growth that keeps on gnawing at you all the time, of this femininity. You cannot get rid of it. It will not go. Doesn't matter what medicine you take, it will not go. I mean,
so you, although you were born male, have you always felt female?
Yes, since I was 9.
And you were absolutely sure about that? There's no sense of like, oh, well, maybe I would change my mind?
No. Not at all.
So, what did your family think? I mean, did you have the battles over wanting to be allowed to wear dresses, for example?
I fought against my mother and father for years. You know, they tried to force me into clothes, which I didn't want. Bought me new suits, boys' suits, but I refused to wear them. That was the way I was. I just couldn't get out of this femininity.
Well, you say that, but you did get married, didn't you?
Yes.
And how... I mean, that presumes that you were attracted to women.
Well, I went into the Navy for a long time, for 5 years, and when I come out, I thought, well, I met this girl, and I thought, well, this is the answer to my problem. I thought, well, if I get married, maybe this will sort my life out. But it was a failure. My first night was completely non-sexual, you might say, and, well, that was the way it was. And
how did she come to leave you?
Well, she went away for a little while, and for a few days, and of course I had one of my sort of attacks, you might say, of femininity, and I dressed in woman's clothes, and suddenly she come in.
She came home and you were dressed in her clothes?
She said, "Who are you?"
She didn't recognise you?
No. And I said, "Well, I'm your husband," and that was it. That was the end of the marriage.
She just walked out?
She walked out and left me then.
That must have been a very low point in your life.
Very low. I knew from that time that there was no answer to my problem whatsoever. I was a girly person and nothing could be done about it.
Well, when you first spoke, I hope that the audience weren't very supportive. I hope that you've explained a bit.
Yes.
But so I think some of the audience probably do have questions that they'd like to ask you. Amanda,
well, I'll answer them the best I can.
Amanda's with them now.
I mean, do you sympathise with Erica? Do you feel she should go through with it?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I feel really sorry for him because although all we see is a man, we see how he speaks, his features, but it's what he's inside. So obviously he's like a man, yeah, that should have been born a woman. So he's like a woman trapped in a man's body.
Okay.
And whether he has the operation or not, at the end of the day, whether he dies or whether he lives, at least if he does die, he'll die being a woman that he should have been born.
I'm really happy. You had your hand up too.
Yeah, but like, you look like a man from a mile off and you will after the operation, so what's the point? You're even more of a freak, you know what I mean?
No, it's not.
How do you...
At the end of the day, it makes him happier. At the end of the day, it makes him happier. Do you know what I mean? It's not a freak at all. In fact, I feel quite sorry for people that...
How would you feel if Erica was your father or your grandfather?
Well, I mean, I've got children of my own. And I mean, if my child come to me and was confused, they weren't quite sure which sex they were, I mean, I would give them all the encouragement and support that I could give them. Because at the end of the day, whether they're a man or a woman, they're still your child.
OK. Back to you, Laura.
We should say that one lastly, that your family, that you have your medals from being in the Navy.
That's right, that's my medals.
And that was your very proud record in the Navy. But your family have not been very supportive, have they?
No, not at all.
If there was a message that you could give to your family, if they were to be watching this, what would
If
it
they
be?
could only understand the situation, the hormone imbalance in our bodies, will not allow us to live a normal life. We will always be this difference.
Well, we wish you all the very best of luck. Thanks very much for coming along, and I think the audience could say thanks very much, Erica.
Okay, and now, for, as they say, something completely different. Hands up, anyone in the room who likes chili? Right, a few of you. Okay, well look. If you look at this chili, can you see this chili? Yeah. This chili, believe it or not, is the hottest in the world. It's 100 times hotter than your average chili. One of these could woo. And one of these, well, you may say woo, right? One of these could actually blow your head off, right? Or another part of your body. Woo, right? Now, our next guest is Steve Donovan from Peterborough. He claims he has the strongest stomach in Britain, and he's here on the warehouse tonight to prove it. He eats this type of chili for breakfast every single day and washes it down with this stuff here, which is his own specially brewed chili-flavoured beer. Yeah, it's just beginning, folks. Please welcome, all the way from Peterborough, Mr. Steve Donovan. Hi, mate. Right, now, it's nice to meet you. This is intriguing and, I don't know, somewhat challenging bit of the show here for me. You are a man who is addicted to chilies.
Yeah, definitely. Obsessed, I suppose, yeah.
Obsessed with chilies?
Obsessed with chilies, yeah.
Some people like to golf.
Yep.
Some people like lap dancing.
I'm obsessed with chilies, yeah.
But you're obsessed with chilies. OK, why are you obsessed with chilies?
I think I blame it on my parents, because my dad force-fed me curries when I was about 7 or 8, so I hold no responsibility. It must be just...
is that how you get addicted? Someone just gives them to you when you're 6?
Well, when it started off at 6, and then after so many years, I mean, you realise that you like the spiciness of the food.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I started eating rusks when I was about 3. There is a point where you say, I've got to move on.
Yeah, well, I suppose I didn't. I just sort of kept going and finding out more and more varieties and more and more different flavours.
And when I said that this one is the most potent or powerful one, you said this one's more about... Everyone's had a chili burger and sort of spent the evening on the loo and stuff. This is 100 times more powerful. How do they tell if something's more powerful? I mean, how do they tell? Do they have a sort of chili meter or something?
Yeah, it's called a Scoville rating.
Right, OK.
They rate chilies. Basically, they dilute the water of the chili and they keep diluting it down, and eventually they'll work it out on percentages of how many times it's got to be diluted before you get any kick or some heat.
Well, that's a lot more scientific than I thought.
Yeah, but it's...
And possibly worth it. Because I thought what they did was they just tested it on small children. You know, if you give it to it and it explodes, it's too hot.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how it started off, and it originally started off with people tasting it, but now it's done with machinery and it just loses its novelty.
All right, now, you're going to taste one of these extremely potent, 100 times more powerful Norman chilies, so...
Right.
I'm going to stand back. Actually, I've actually brought a bit of protection here for me, just in case here. So, let's see you go.
Right, well, this is... I mean, I wouldn't actually eat one whole, because... I've always said they'll result in death, so I wouldn't like to take the whole thing.
That could kill someone, literally.
I think so, yeah. I mean, there's so much...
I thought that was something we'd said to make people watch at home.
But then again, I've not seen somebody eat one whole, so I couldn't tell. So.
All right, go on, let's see you. Talk us through the taste, pain.
Well, with a habanero, it starts on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah. That's how a lot of things start, isn't it?
And then it just... and then it just keeps going and going. It gets quite hot. And now it's sort of... You're getting roughly where you get with most chilies.
Are you starting to sweat? Because you can see there, he's starting to sweat. Or cry, even.
I am human. I am human.
Well, that was my next question.
I'd like to point out that one. But,
I don't know
you want to try a piece?
I don't want to try any of that.
Do you want to start with the milder one first?
That you probably... No! Give me something that's not too... I want to live through this, you know? We're only halfway through the series.
Well...
Go on.
Do you want to start with any of the milder ones or anything? I mean, that is not hot.
Is it? You swear to God?
I swear, you know, trust me.
You've got a Bible in the room?
You've met me before.
OK.
Maybe you haven't. Just take a bite of that. No, it's not hot. It's just a dried one. It's got quite a tobacco-y taste.
All right. Tell us about the sauce, babe. You've got the sauce here. Look at this sauce.
Look, despite it's called Insanity sauce, right? Don't believe everything you read.
Right, this is Dan's Insanity sauce, and it's actually sold in a coffin, is that correct?
Yeah, it comes in a wooden coffin box. But even though it's called Insanity sauce, I wouldn't say that it was... You know.
We have to rush on this one.
That's all right, it's okay.
This is a cure for any cold. Is this going to kill me?
No, you'll be all right with that.
It's nice to be watching you.
There'll be no problem. It is the hottest sauce in the world.
Disgusting! You're lying! I wish I could say more, but it's television. Can someone call an ambulance again on the show for me? Thank you very much. It's very nice. Can I have a round of applause for Mr. Steve Donovan? That is disgusting. Look at that.
How do we follow that? Well, I'll tell you how we follow that, because it's the very, very special part of the show now, where everyone at home and here in the audience can join in, because it's time for King of Karaoke. And tonight's King of Karaoke is Muscle Man Kevin Finch from Man Oh Man. Looking good, Kev. Now, I tell you, a lot of people might not realise it. In fact, this is not the first time you've performed in front of an audience as a singer. Tell us about that.
Do I have to?
Oh, if you would.
Yes, I played Rocky in the Rocky Horror Show.
But you would have worn high-heel shoes for that.
Very high heel shoes.
How did you cope?
What's a pregnant chicken walk like?
Now, this is the first time you've sang in front of the cameras, though. We are looking forward to it. No need to be coy. Let's get this off. I'll give you the mic. It's all yours. Now, before Kevin sings us out to Daydream Believer, it's just time for us to say goodbye. We will see you in the same time, same place next week. Have a fab weekend.
I will
Kevin,
find you, Steve. I will find you.
Take it away, babe. Bye.
Oh, I could hide 'neath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. The 6 o'clock alarm will never ring, but it rings and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. The shaven razor's cold and it stings. Time stop them with that dollar.